about 3 days. So thank you. It's an amazing year. We've been waiting a long time to get to show you a lot of goodies. We're super excited. Did I introduce myself? I can't remember. Megan Casey, VP of Current Series of Nickelodeon. So again, we have a lot of stuff. You guys have been incredibly patient, not just to get into this room, but to wait for book 2 of Korra, and thank you so much. Our team here has been working non-stop, really, and pouring their heart and soul into this show, as they always do, and I think you can agree it shows up on screen. So I'm going to introduce our panelists, and of course, first off, we have our amazing creator, executive producer, Brian Konietzko. Peanut butter to his chocolate, Michael Dante DiMartino. Also, we're really excited to have with us our co-executive producer, Dr. Fight, Joaquin Dos Santos. And the beautiful and so stunning and talented Janet Varney, our voice of Korra. Beautiful. The Heartbreaker as Mako, David Faustino. And last but not least, of course, the heart and soul, the sweet, the charming, the comedic. Please welcome PJ Byrne as Bull. So much for waiting. We know you guys, it's a rough ride to get into this room, and again, we're going to try to make it as awesome as possible for you, so thank you.
Well, like she said, thanks so much for waiting. We're just going to dive into it because we have a ton of content for you guys. We hope you enjoyed the trailer. Just want to thank Jeremy Zuckerman, the amazing composer who did the music for that. Featured on the soundtrack that we finally got released. Came out Tuesday. And Jeff Adams, our brilliant editor who we've worked with since Avatar, cut that beautiful trailer, and I think it's his finest, so thanks for that. Alright, so Mike?
Alright. Yes, there we go. So, yeah, moving into book 2, some changes, additions to our staff. You know, book 1, Brian and I wrote the whole thing because we had some time to write it. Book 2 is a little different because we were still working on book 1 and starting production on book 2. So we brought back Josh Hamilton and Tim Hedrick, who were both writers on the original series. Very
funny guys.
They're very funny. You know, Josh wrote classics like The Cave of Two Lovers. Ones like The Swamp, he wrote, and amongst many others. So we're really had a blast bringing them back and added a lot to the team.
Yeah, and I still have a lot to do with the scripts, but it's kind of back to like what we were doing on Avatar, where I'm full-time art directing and doing co-executive producing stuff. We still have Joaquin Dos Santos, our brilliant co-exec. And as you can see on the slide again, we've got Lauren Montgomery, who helped out towards the end of book 1. She's now a supervising producer. She's an amazing director, and she was originally on Joaquin's storyboard team when he was a director on Avatar, but now she's back helping to supervise. And as always, Kihyun Ryu, also supervising producer. Ryu, somewhere in the audience, stand up. So yeah, we just basically added Lauren to the team, and there's still too much work to do.
Oh.
Slides. Oh, here we go.
Right. So Ryu and I for this season, we're taking a step back from directing, and in our stead, we've got two amazing, amazing guys. Ian Graham, who goes way back to the original series, did storyboards.
I worked with him on Invader Zim.
Yeah. He's through and through Avatar material and Nickelodeon material, I guess.
Yeah.
And we've got Colin Heck, who is just an amazing, amazing artist, who you guys have known.
We worked with him years ago on Mission Hill.
When he was a little pup. Yeah, his wife, Liz Klein, a brilliant webcomic artist, they're about to have a baby. Like,
that baby right there.
That baby happening right now. So we couldn't be more stoked to have, two more awesome guys on the team. They're incredible.
And that leads us to... What? Colin, one of our directors, directed this. Oh, no, please don't go to this. You don't need to see you can see us. Book 2, Chapter 1, premiere. Yeah. Jealous and angry with you guys for getting to see this. Just like, we waited, we don't even get a release date. You're like, yeah, but did you guys wait outside all night in San Diego? Like,
we're just like, finally, I know you guys have been patiently waiting, not just today, but for many months, and we've been, believe me, we've been wanting to show you guys as much as we've been wanting to see it, so. We're super psyched to be able to show you the whole premiere episode of Book 2.
roll it.
It's like watching it for the first time again.
Let's do this every week.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So yeah, you just saw the great work from our voice acting team here, and I want to just chat with them for a few minutes and get them involved. And I know you guys, it's been a long journey. We had a long morning, a lot of interviews. It was fun. Just a couple questions throw at you. See what sticks. On my Facebook page, I asked people to throw some questions because I had no idea what to ask you guys. So I picked a few that I thought were really interesting, and one was, what was your inspiration to become a voice actor or just an actor, and what was your first job as an actor?
Who's going?
Anyone?
Well, since I was 3 months old when I had my first
Wow.
literally, I played Lily Tomlin's daughter.
I did not know that.
And what?
A Lily Tomlin special. Yeah, so that was my first job. But voice acting, my dad always told me when I was a kid, he's like, you should get into voice work. Get into voice work. It's a great gig, And finally, I listened to him, and I was a big fan of like Scooby-Doo and all the cartoons when I was a kid, and it was always something I wanted to do, and finally was able to break in. And but this is my first big major cartoon video gig.
Right on.
Yeah.
How about you, Jen?
Yeah, I've done some little stuff, like even just in San Francisco, I had a friend who started this thing called Blue Mountain Greetings, which was like the first kind of e-cards. And she's a wonderful artist and animator. Her name's Martha Suharis, and I've known her since I was in 5th grade. And so she started doing these animated greeting cards, and she asked me if I would do some voices. So I remember, when she asked me to do that, I was like, what? It sounds super fun. So I'd be like a cartoon? And so I definitely got a taste for it then. But yeah, I did another pilot for Nickelodeon, and then I got this. So this is definitely my biggest. I really hit the jackpot. For reals, it blows me away still. TJ?
Hi, thanks for coming. Great stuff. Great answer. Great answer. This is actually my first voiceover job, and I never even told you guys it. Yes, hello, thank you. I love you. Nice time. I never actually loved my voice growing up. When I was a teenager, I always played sports and wherever my friends, like these big guys, and they always matured faster and they had deeper voices. So as a kid, I would actually change my voice to sound deeper and cooler. But the irony of what I'm doing now is playing this like 16, 17-year-old guy with my voice who's like incredibly powerful. So I thank you for letting me like my voice again. And like me, and like you guys. I love it. I love it. Really looking.
Well, along that note, like, what about your character do you feel like is either, you know, part of who you are or that you relate to about your character the most? I know you were talking about this earlier today.
Yeah, that was a good answer, Jay.
Yeah,
Share that.
I was. I mean, I definitely relate to, like, I wish that I had a lot of Korra's strength. I wish that, I mean, listen, you don't see her cry as often as you see me cry, as I'm sitting here watching this episode crying on this panel, because it's so good. It's just so good. And that was the first time we saw it. We had not seen that. I'd seen bits and pieces of it, but we've not seen that fully.
I thought you were great. I think you were really good.
Oh, thanks. I enjoy your work also.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, I really, I know her stubbornness and the fact that she does, you know, I think she has her heart in the right place, but that getting impatient and kind of needing, really not necessarily always knowing that you need someone else to kind of guide you or tell you what's best for you. You sometimes thinking, you know, I know what's best for me, and then somebody that you respect and esteem in your life, like some of the characters on the show, you know, educating you and kind of pointing out stuff that maybe you don't want to look at, but you should, and make changes accordingly. I don't know, that's kind of a deep answer, but it's true, right? Right.
I'm gonna answer for PJ and just say he is Bolin with a higher IQ.
Thank you.
And less earthbending.
I've actually seen PJ bend Earth before. For me, I think I relate to Mako because I too am confused by the ladies. Don't understand what they mean all the time. And a little shy, so
Sorry, I answered for you, PJ.
No, that was a terrific answer. That's exactly what I was saying.
It is interesting because I feel like a lot of times, you know, when we're listening to voices for casting and stuff, it's like, you know, we hear a voice, you're like, oh, I think that'll fit the character, and then we meet the actor or actress, and we're like, wow, they're kind of that character. I guess that it just comes through the voice somehow.
You view it.
It's like, yeah.
That's why I'm still scared of Grey the Wild. I feel like she might be capable of just monumental evil. I have no idea.
I think we have one more little thing. So, what do you guys do? This could be on Korra or any of your other jobs. Like when you're not feeling it, when you get to the, you know, you get to the booth or get on screen, and you're just like, man, today I just am not having a good day here. Is there anything you do to like shake it up or get in the right mindset or any tricks?
I'm always feeling it, Mike.
Well, that's good.
Coffee.
This is gonna sound probably really cheesy, but nothing works better than like taking a step back and going, how lucky am I to be doing this? Like any part of what I get to do for a living is such a gift, and it didn't have to go this way. I don't think that it's like, I'm so amazing, this is why it's happened. I just don't think that that's how it works. And so if I'm not feeling it, if I just kind of take a mental step back, a big leaf, and go, wait a minute, like I get to do this. Someone wants me to do this. Like I don't even have to ask to do this. Someone's asking me to do. Then it's really hard not to draw back in and you know, be in the moment and really listen and lean on, you know, the people that I'm lucky enough to work with too. It's like if you're not feeling it and then you look over and you got these two mugs staring at you, if you just pay attention for a second, like it's really hard not to, you know, not to enjoy being there.
It's also like, it's all about getting into the zone, right? And some days it's there, like you play basketball, you can shoot the basket, and other days you just can't get it in. And it's the same thing in acting. And the great thing about Brian and Mike and these guys and our great director, Andrea.
Yeah.
You know, Andrea.
they give you the confidence to fail. So you don't have to worry about screwing up or, you know, and sometimes they wrote great lines and they're able to give you a way to say a line, but they're just so confident and supportive that you can screw up and make mistakes. And I think having that in your brain gets you back into taking chances and saying a line a different way. Maybe that clicks something in your brain and you're making magic.
And to be honest with you, like, and I mean, this is just the bottom line, like, you know, with any gig, whether it be on camera or voiceover, but here on this gig, like, the writing is, these guys do such a great job with the scripts that, like, it makes our job so easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cake, it's a piece of cake because the writing's all there, so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So great job.
Awesome.
Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
So you may have heard already, we got to announce another actor who joined the Avatar universe is Steven Yeun.
Yes.
He goes through these slides, please.
Yes, and so we're going to show you a little sneak peek of some of the Avatar wand stuff.
Some of my little remote works. There we go. Yeah, so there was like an origin story to the whole Avatar, to the Avatar, that Mike and I had kicked around since, man, probably season 2 of Avatar. And it was something that we thought, oh, it'd be cool to do. You know, we thought of different ways we might be able to get to this story. And one day, Mike just came into my office, he and the writers had been talking, and said, man, we think we found a way to weave this in that is just completely organic to the story we're telling. And so we all got really excited. One of the things we decided to do, since it's this flashback to 10,000 years earlier, was we wanted to show it kind of art directed in a way that showed like a history to this Asian influenced world. And my remote is not working. So we changed up the art style and did these backgrounds and environments that are inspired by, you know, just ancient ink wash paintings and woodblock prints, and changed up the whole kind of color palette and did much more of a stylized take on naturalism. And it was, as an art director, this was really fun. Josh Middleton helped out on some of the art direction for this stuff. And Studio Mir did a great job designing this stuff, and our painters, Frederick Stewart and Emily Tetri, did just these beautiful paintings. And you know, it's kind of like with Jeremy Zuckerman, we just throw these challenges like, okay, scratch everything you've learned up to this point. Now we're doing ancient ink wash paintings, and but they came out so great. And for me, as an art director, it was really different because I'm so used to lighting. Everything I do is based on kind of cinematic lighting and that kind of painting, like oil painting. And this was much more of a kind of stylized world. But I just think these came out beautiful. And Studio Mir animated these 2 episodes. You can stop there if you're doing that. Man, they just knocked them out of the park. Mike and I were just grinning ear to ear for days when we got these back. So the character design style is very similar, but the color palette's different, and as I mentioned, much less lighting. But it was just really fun to delve into this kind of mythic history. So, in a way, it ties in is kind of about spirits and the balance between the physical world and the spirit world. And so here you see a person who has been altered by spirits, and it was so much fun designing all of these amazing spirits. These are the kind of like creature type spirits that we've seen in the past in Avatar. And then we also have the kind of like light spirits, that are a little more like ghostly. And Yvonne Freeman and Christy Sang and designers at Studio Mir just did an awesome job on this stuff. A little tribute to Miyazaki's little poof balls there. I mean, everything we do is kind of a tribute to Miyazaki. But the character Mike mentioned is Juan, and he is the original Avatar from 10,000 years before Korra's time. And when we meet him, he's this little lovable scamp, and he meets his trusty steed. This is Mula, and Cat Deer, and we follow on through his life and through his journey and his hairstyle changes. And I've fallen in love with this character. I really, really enjoy all this stuff. Sorry, Mike, I've been talking. You jump in here. And one more slide. We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, I thought, well, you can talk about, in addition to the kind of like different art direction style, you know, the different directing style, we kind of
Yeah,
going for.
you know, we're always trying to push the envelope with staging and stuff, but it was really a big challenge because in a way we had to pull back on all the stuff that we do to try to make shots dynamic. So we really had to focus a lot on our compositions. And again, like Brian was saying, the staging of all of this is almost based on these like old wood block prints. So it was a challenge. It was almost like we really had to just focus on complete composition and not really worry about, oh, you know, he's gonna. Yeah, you know, we're always trying to push the envelope with staging and stuff, but it was really a big challenge because in a way we had to pull back on all the stuff that we do to try to make shots dynamic. So we really had to focus a lot on our compositions. And again, like Brian was saying, the staging of all of this is almost based on these like old wood block prints. So it was a challenge. It was almost like we really had to just focus on complete composition and not really worry about, oh, you know, he's gonna start really close to camera and then get away from camera really fast in a dynamic way. None of that stuff really applied. So it was a huge challenge. And I will say, beyond just working on the show, when these guys pitched it to me, I was geeking out just as much as any fan in the room. I was freaking out. I was like, origin story, Avatar cycle, forget about it.
Awesome. So we can't wait for you guys to see that. We're going to show you guys, we had a little fan art contest. We're going to show you our favorites that Joaquin and Mike and I picked out. And the artists' names are there. Most of them are Tumblr addresses, so I'm not going to
I'm always amazed when there's like characters who haven't even come out yet. People are doing fan art. Oh, and costumes of them.
Go back one. I think we hit. Okay, this is a lovely one. I love the sense of light. Beautiful. There.
So good.
And little tip, if you're entering a Korra fan art contest, you draw a Naga, you're probably gonna win. So, so there's a really cute one. Sorry, man, this thing is dying on me. Oh, it's happened again. Hey Eric, can you just flip through these? Yeah, thanks. Another Naga. See what it said? You draw a Naga, you get in there. Really cool piece. This one was awesome. We really dug it. This is
Yeah, that's awesome. I love this one. I love the little spirit hand puppet.
And you put the craters in it again.
Yeah. This one is just killer. I love it. Yeah, it's super creepy. Very cool. This one's like super slick. It just looks like some other, like, we're like, oh, is that on TV? Can we watch that show? It's so fully realized. Pretty professional. Then we picked some personal favorites. Mike picked this one.
Yeah, well, I know everyone likes Tano, so I thought,
Go back.
yeah, I'll throw in a little Tano for you guys. And just the fact that he's hanging out with Wolfbats, I thought,
Yeah, maybe he has the back of his flat. Sorry, next one.
Right, so I love the story of Mako Bolin and the idea that Mako would protect him, but this specific ring of fire that he's created, I thought was beautiful. The little baby Bolin holding onto his leg so tightly.
It's a nice piece, but it looks like a K-pop video to me. Like, that just start right there.
Yeah, that's okay too.
Yeah, good. And last one, not least, this was my favorite. I just thought it had a cool, like, otherworldly, like, spirit world vibe, and there's these like glowing boogers coming out of it. I want to know what spirit powers Oogie has, so that's cool.
Awesome.
All right, and then let's see if I can get this to work again. So right after here, we're gonna go do a signing. I'm sure if you were in line for this, chances are you did not get a ticket for the signing. It is a ticketed one, but hopefully we'll see you over there. We'd love to meet you guys. We're gonna be signing this, the vertical poster there. Ryu drew it, and Fred and I and Sylvia colored it. It's awesome, it's free. You should get it at the Nick booth this weekend. And then the horizontal piece is this beautiful thing that Lauren Montgomery, is Lauren here?
Where's Lauren? Stand up, Lauren.
She's very shy. Lauren Montgomery drew this beautiful, whimsical thing with Korra and these light spirits in the spirit world, and it's on one of Fred Stewart's paintings, and Sylvia and I helped color it. That's a limited edition art print for sale at the booth. So hopefully we'll see you guys today at the signing. If not, we're doing a Dark Horse signing with Joaquin and Ryu and the artist from Guru Hiru and
Gene, yeah. Writer of the comics.
Yeah, so we hope you guys can make it over there. And then the awesome news is that the first Legend of Korra art book that Joaquin, Mike, and I wrote is that Dark Horse is putting out. They moved it up so it is available at Comic-Con now. So if you didn't know that and you want to get this book, you can get it, I think, definitely at the Dark Horse booth, maybe at the Nick booth, I'm not sure. But so we can sign these for you tomorrow. I think that one's ticketed as well. But come by, because usually the tickets.
Say hi.
Yeah, just come by. And then we're so proud. Seriously, we're not like trying to push stuff for you guys to buy. I don't really care about that. But we're just so proud that Jeremy's incredible music is finally being released to fans. It's really vindicating. There were some knuckleheads that prevented this for years, getting his music out, and didn't think anyone would want it and stuff. And
Knuckleheads in the
this thing, this thing climbed up. It just came out on Tuesday, and it was like the #1 soundtrack on Amazon. It was like number 2 on iTunes and soundtracks. It was like #5 in pop music. I mean, this is like, it's like Dixieland stuff with Chinese instruments. It's awesome. So, Ben Wynn, the sound designer from the track team, Jeremy Zuckerman, the composer of the score, and Mike and I are going to be there signing.
Yeah.
And so please come by tomorrow. That one's not ticketed, as far as I know. And so thank you so much. We honestly don't have a specific date. We would tell you if we wouldn't get fired for saying it. No, but honestly, we don't know. But it is definitely going to be in September, so thanks again. And we'll see you guys next week. Yes.
And, we're going to try to give you guys one more look at our opening book 2 little short sizzle reel, so hang on for one quick second. I just wanted to tell you about a couple more things. I'm sure most of you are aware of the Korra iBook that is available for free on iTunes. It's a fantastic way for you guys to access content from book 1, and we'll also be updating it along the way for book 2. Additionally, the Korra Nation Tumblr site is going to be launching a Korra Nation scavenger hunt here at San Diego tonight. Yeah. So please go to
You can win prizes.
Yes, including, they're going to have like 10 of the art books that are autographed. So if you go to KorraNation.com and sign up to follow their Tumblr account, they're going to be giving you guys clues. I think, again, starting around 5 o'clock tonight, but we should be really fun. And again, thank you to our panel. You're amazing.
I think I speak for all of us, and I just spoke with Pabu, that the Korra fans are the greatest fans in the world.
Easily.
What we work on, we really appreciate it.
And the amazing costumes that we just love so much. You guys look so awesome.
So,
Yeah, we're going to watch the trailer one more time.
let's